Chapter 13. Principle of Rhythm.
Storyteller appeared deep in thought, stroking what he humorously referred to as his white goatee of wisdom, when he said,
The principle of polarity explains that every emotion has dual polarity, consisting of higher and lower vibrations that manifest differently within our minds, but are still of the same emotion. Fear-based negative emotions are at the lower end of the scale and have slower vibrations, and if we mentally elevate those vibrations, we can then experience and use the higher, more positive energies of love that coexist in those very same emotions. Does everyone understand this?
He asked gently, and the world replied yes.
I knew that you were all ready for this.
He said, with genuine praise in his voice.
Which brings us now to the next truth contained in the Kabbalion, called the principle of rhythm, which states, everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left.
He looked at the team and asked,
Have any of you experienced mood swings that just seem to come out of the blue with no rhyme or reason? 1 minute you are up, the next you are down, and sometime later without changing anything, you feel on top of the world again.
Yes, they all replied in one unanimous voice, except for Game Changer, who said,
I don't think I am very moody at all. I just like to remain happy all the time, because I don't waste any time on being sad. I choose to laugh, not to cry, and thankfully, I always seem to see the bright side of every situation. There may be times when I go a little quiet, but that's only because I've got a party going on in my head, just like you, Storyteller.
The team laughed, but they knew it was his truth, for they had never seen him depressed or even sad. He had been quiet, admittedly, after a couple of traumatic game experiences, but from what he just said, it was evidently his way to keep his mind calm and happy.
I know this is true for you, Game Changer.
Storyteller replied, with great respect.
And you would not be aware of it, but there is a method you use to avoid experiencing mood swings, which affect practically everyone else in the world, often with tragic consequences. I will explain that method later, but first we must understand what exactly is the principle of rhythm and how does it affect our lives. This great fifth Hermetic principle explains that there is a pendulum of rhythm that is manifested in everything, a flow and inflow, a swing forward and backward, a high tide, a low tide, night to day and then day to night, summer to winter and back again, an in-breath and out-breath, an advance and a retreat, and an action and reaction. It is evident in the rise and fall of nations, and in the creation and destruction of worlds, because it is the rhythm of life existing in all things, as well as in the mental states of humankind. The all-created life using a rhythm of outpouring, and then indrawing, and now we are all evolving on the major upward swing towards the source of our lives. Existing within that major swing of evolution are an infinite number of other pendulum rhythms, through which all living things are born, grow, die, and then are reborn again. Philosophies, great movements, fashions, governments, and everything else are also subject to the pendulum swing of life, as they come and go once they have served their purpose. Can you all see this to be the truth of life as we know it?
He asked, and they all answered yes, fascinated by this revelation.
As we are living on the great mental plane, it is important to see how this rhythm also affects our state of well-being, because there is a continual swing up and down along the polarity poles of our emotions and feelings, which explains our mysterious mood changes. These pendulum rhythmic swings seldom reach the full extremities of our emotional poles, because they vary in degree depending on our personalities, but they can cause frustrating and perplexing mood changes, which continually affect our lives without us knowing why. At times we may feel courageous and then afraid, strong then weak, confident then unsure, happy then unhappy, positive then negative, and the list is endless as the pendulum of life plays with our feelings.
Teresa then said, with a slightly relieved voice,
Oh my, this does help explain my bad behavior with my children at times. I consider myself a loving, caring mother, but there are moments when I become frustrated and angry with their behavior, even though they may be only playing energetically and laughing out aloud. I often wish I could control my reactions, but I just don't seem to be able to.
Everyone looked sympathetically at her, as Storyteller said in a gentle manner,
Don't be too hard on yourself, Teresa, because this is all part of the greatest game of all.
He once again looked at the team and then outside of them, and asked with excitement in his voice,
Does this give you an explanation of why, no matter how hard you have tried in your life to accomplish some of your goals, aspirations, or ambitions, you were unable to achieve them,
Yes, they all replied enthusiastically, because they knew they were about to be given a key that would open their lives up to unlimited creativity and opportunity.
That's great,
He said.
because I know many of you have been excited by the inspirational movie The Secret that features many incredible life and mind teachers who are with us in our world today. Through their teachings, you would have learned that to manifest our dreams into reality, we must first visualize in detail our desires and start to live as if we have already acquired them with unshakable faith and belief that they are our reality. In other words, know who we are and be who we want to be. Is this correct?
He asked, and they answered loudly with one strong voice, yes. Storyteller then said with great compassion,
The greatest obstacle that stops our mental creations from manifesting is our lack of self-belief that we have the power to accomplish them or even deserve them in our lives. Would you agree?
They all replied, yes.
Many of us combat with the undesired programming of our me identity, but none of us knew, until this ancient wisdom was revealed in the Kybalion, that our beliefs, emotions, and feelings are constantly being changed by the pendulum swing of life. Are you getting excited now that you know this?
They answered emotionally with renewed expectations and belief, yes, because they were starting to see the power that was being revealed from this ancient knowledge. They were also beginning to fully understand and believe that life was an exciting game created by the All, that existed solely within its infinite and magnificent mind, and that they had nothing to fear because they were eternal, because their souls were the All in every aspect of divinity.
Are you ready to become superhuman?
He called out, and they joyfully called back to him, yes, and he cried out playfully.
I can't hear you.
And millions cheered as they sang out, yes, 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 oh my God, yes.
You are all champions, my friends, because you have opened your hearts and minds to a new understanding about life, and you will soon see rewards beyond your wildest dreams as you continue to learn how to play the greatest game of all. The great news is that the mental rhythm of life is something we can all overcome so that it doesn't keep affecting our lives. Although it will always continue to swing from negative to positive and back throughout time, as it is unstoppable, it is important to understand that we have two planes of consciousness, the lower and the higher, and the pendulum swing only affects the lower, which is the unconscious plane, the one we unfortunately generally tend to live in. To escape the swing of the rhythmic pendulum, we must raise ourselves to our higher plane, which is consciousness, and we do this by polarizing ourselves at our desired pole of vibration and stay firm in our focus. We are then not affected by the negative swing in our unconscious mind, as it does not manifest in the higher plane of our conscious mind.
Storyteller then gave Game Changer an admiring look and said,
A wonderful example of this is how Game Changer continually focuses on happiness and love in his life and refuses to have his attention drawn to any negative feelings of sadness or fear. He is not affected by mood swings because he always remains conscious of how he wants to feel, and as he has said, he chooses to laugh, not cry. Without him knowing it, he has mastered how to overcome the negative effects of the mental pendulum.
Everyone turned around to Game Changer and started applauding him, and then all moved lovingly towards him to embrace him in an enthusiastic group hug.
I don't know what I'm doing.
He said with his wide contagious grin.
I just do it and it works for me.
Millions around the world were then able to share this beautiful moment with him, because he looked out to the cinema audiences and book readers, and said while smiling,
You can do this as well. I am just someone who loves fun in life. That's not too hard, is it?
And they all replied with a newfound belief, No, it isn't. Storyteller then called out,
Is everyone feeling great?
and they replied happily, yes.
That's what I like to hear, and it's important to keep that feeling within you at all times, whether you are at work or at play. Remember to give the very best of yourself with happiness and love. By doing so, others will feel your joy, and their lives will change as will yours, for they will return it back to you 100 times fold. Life is about having fun, so change everything you do into fun, regardless of how menial the tasks may seem. We live in a mental world, and everything is a state of mind, so make yours one of love and happiness by always focusing on the higher positive vibrations. Do things that you love doing, and try out new experiences in life that will help fill your spirit with absolute joy. Can you do this?
He asked, and the world replied yes, as once again they enthusiastically joined in with one voice, singing loudly the chorus of high vibrations, as it pumped out of speakers from all four corners of the planet. There was a new truth emerging from the world, and people were now excited at what the future was about to bring. Storyteller then said with a smile on his face,
I reckon we should get the talent scouts out amongst you lot. because I can hear some great voices.
And they all laughed, because they loved his humor, and more importantly, the way he made them feel.
I know you are going to find this hard to believe,
He said, tongue-in-cheek.
but there are people who will not allow themselves to fully love because they are afraid of getting hurt. There are also many others who keep their feelings so much in check that they restrict themselves from enjoying so many wonderful experiences in life.
Forever the compassionate one, Lotus said.
I feel so sorry for them.
And Storyteller acknowledged her sympathy with a smile, and then said,
Deep down within themselves, they are aware of the emotional rhythm of life, and that whatever extreme it swings to, it will swing back to the other side at the corresponding level, the same as the pendulum on a clock. In other words, the more intense you love, the more intense you can be hurt. The higher you jump, the harder you can fall. The greater the happiness you feel, the greater the sadness you could experience. And that is why so many people choose to live their lives within a minimal range of emotions. Don't you think it is fantastic that you can now all experience life at the highest levels of emotional pleasure without fear? You now have the knowledge that by polarizing your highest positive thoughts and feelings in your conscious mind, it will effectively protect you from experiencing any backward swing from the pendulum of life. Don't you just love that?
He asked. Yes, the multitudes replied joyfully, because they understood that this was truly their path to happiness.
Remember,
Storyteller said.
fear-based emotions attract fearful experiences in your life, while thoughts of love and happiness attract wonderful experiences towards you. This is how the greatest game of all works, and once you understand this, it is not that difficult to be a successful player. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself in life. You have nothing to fear, and always remember who you are and who you want to be.
He then looked at the team and asked,
Do you enjoy the challenges you are faced with in your competition game?
and Zotin replied,
Of course we do, otherwise we wouldn't play it. They are not all violent games, as we get to jump out of planes, climb the highest mountains, surf the largest waves, and ski at high speed on snow slopes. We drive high-powered cars around race tracks and also sail on yachts through stormy seas. We also pilot jet planes, water ski over jumps, and travel the world, exploring jungles looking for lost treasure, and so much more.
Fempower then added, as she smiled in agreement with Zotin.
As we advance through the various levels of the game, we acquire more skills to be able to encounter more difficult challenges. The game is all about enjoying the processes we need to take to get to our destination. Admittedly, there are times when we don't succeed, but the fun is in trying, and then trying again until we do.
This sounds very much like the greatest game of all. Don't you all agree?
Storyteller asked the world, and they all replied with an enthusiastic, yes.
Live your life to its greatest potential,
He called out,
and follow your grandest passions, whatever they may be. Life is about love, happiness, and fun. So always keep your focus on enjoying every moment, and you will then create wonderful experiences beyond your wildest dreams. Remember, we are only playing a game, so focus on staying happy, and you will have all that you desire.
and right on cue, the song Laugh 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 was heard throughout the world and beyond.
Laugh is the medicine of life. When troubles come to get you down, it's time for you to laugh out loud. Hey, laugh, shake your belly, rip it out. Let the tears run from your eyes, 'cause this is what life's all about. Yeah.